But 5 things to bring from Rexall Place into Rogers now that we've had like a solid 6-year sample size.
Heroin beers is 1, 2, and 3.
A gallery,
The gallery for sure.
If you could just somehow transplant it into the top parts of Rogers somewhere,
gallery section, it could be. They should make that like that skybox that's never used. It's never used. It's turned into something. Well, it's not a great view, but it's like it's an area that's not really being used and turned into something. It's supposed to be a nightclub after the games, remember?
Yeah.
So that was a plan.
Supposed to be
that was a plan. Like, and I remember like the first year that we had the Swedes here, and it was they were treating it like a nightclub.
There was a DJ and shit.
And we went after the game, and it was kind of a vibe. It wasn't that full, but like it was kind of a vibe.
I thought that the Sportsnet Lounge was going to be sort of more of a clubby atmosphere. Stay open later.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like they're supposed to be like
kind of did that with
pre
the
and post dining
lounge area there, right?
Yeah, but the thing of the loge
away after the game.
Loges, like the seating in the whole area and the space is so good, but it's also dry toast.
Yeah.
Like you're disconnected a little bit from the energy.
You're not shoulder to shoulder with another Oilers.
But I don't mind. Like I like the stats. I like the space, but like it's still a little bit sterile. Also looks sterile, like gray, like carpet.
It's like a Westin lobby bar.
Yeah.
The underground bar at Rexall Place.
Oh,
that's on the
when
list.
Zach and I went there for the last day, man, I am not ashamed to tell you that I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm probably gonna be one of the last idiots down here on behalf of all the Oilers fans.
Yeah.
It's like that was the last media day, right? There's nobody else getting in there. And although most of the arena had been deconstructed, the downstairs bar was still completely intact.
The downstairs bar, like that, you could hang out there for 2 hours.
Man.
You want to talk about social events? Like that was it.
That was it. That was the best.
Like, you go to you got tickets to the Oilers game, and you could go to the club. Like you either got club seats, and if you didn't, you'd go down there after. Like that was the party in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And they don't have that in Rogers.
No. And like comparing that to like the Loge bar, you can't get in there if you're not in the Loge. What was cool about the old arena was anyone in the barn could come down below.
Yeah.
It was great.
Smoke pit, gallery, underground bar,
Heroin beers.
I
feel like
skating out of the oil derrick.
Skating out of the oil derrick.
Oh, that's so sick.
Skating out of the oil derrick. Also, like probably from a player perspective, the ice.
Yeah, but I've heard it's gotten better. Like Edmonton got real high votes this last year.
Okay,
so it's getting better.
Because
it's just gotta be fucking freezing in the arena.
I remember when they brought the oil derrick out. I was young.
What year was that?
I'd have been in elementary school.
It would have been in the early 90s.
93, 94. I think it was right when they did the reno and brought in like the suites at mid-level.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But they kept it as a secret. And this is pre-social media. So you'd read something in the paper and there was really nothing you could do. Just scream out your window.
It's like Terry Jones, Oilers planning surprise for opening night. You'd be like,
this is what it was. And they're like, something's going to happen. And they're like, you're never going to believe this. I remember going into the arena and everyone was like, look up there in the rafters. And you couldn't really tell what it was.
Yeah.
And that you didn't think that's going to be the surprise. But then when they lowered that bitch down, ooh.
Every time that thing would come down, you'd be like, yeah.
Remember the time it broke?
Yeah, I was at that game when like the wire or whatever.
Remember that? We're like, they're not going to be doing that anymore. As it's like swinging over the bench like a sword.
I also miss, there's one thing, but the other thing I miss is, there's 2 things. I feel like the bathroom situation was better at the older rink.
Yeah.
I think it was easier to piss and get a beer.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances.
The
Especially
main floor bathroom
level.
Yeah, main floor bathroom situation at the stadium is shocking.
It's
like top deck. All right, I get it. We're plebes. You're gonna not treat us great. I get it. But the main floor people,
yeah, it's actually almost worse for them.
I would say so.
I think the solution is less stalls. So more troughs.
Yeah, trough it up, man.
Get wide neck beer bottles.
Yes.
And then just put on the side a little sticker. You know what to do.
Yeah.
And then you just piss in them and fling them.
Think, idiot.
At the end of every intermission, here come the jugs.
Oh, and there's a bad call.
Yeah.
And you're like, so it's gonna be a piss storm in Rogers.
My this one is very important, but it's also kind of like fancy dancy ish. And Wanya will attest to this. You used to be able to cram people into boxes. If you had a box,
you could put 30 people in.
You could bring in 30 people and you could have a fucking house party.
Have a wedding in there. Yeah.
It was your box.
Yeah.